Hey, what is going on, YouTube? Aaron here. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. And guys, it has been a minute since we have done a Friday feature, but what not a better game to do it than this one right here. Mr. Talha sent me this video about 2 weeks ago, and he has since posted it to his channel. But an absolutely insane in the Brisbane game here. Probably the first legitimate game in standard anyway of 400k. We've had a lot of meme-worthy moments in, training rooms and different places like that. And unless I'm forgetting a replay, I believe this is the first 400k standard game on my channel. We've had some absolute bangers, but this one has to take the cake. So sit back, relax, enjoy your Friday, grab a few beers if you're into that sort of thing, and enjoy the fun. Now, I do want to get into the strategy portion of this video, but before that, do go over to Mr. Talha's channel here and show him some love. And despite his name being, of course, spelled Tal, it's definitely Tahala. Because that's just what I pronounced it dyslexically on stream there, and dyslexically is also definitely a word. But as you guys will see here coming up, that torpedo on the left there did actually manage to hit that destroyer, which was spotted, so a massive W on the early zoning torpedoes. And it is always advisable to throw out those zoning torpedoes when you have the ability to do so. Now, of course, some people will do that right from the spawn with like 8 kilometers worth of range. And yeah, those torpedoes will never make it on target, but gain a little bit of position here, and I believe the Brisbane has 12 kilometers, maybe slightly further than the Mino. I'm not 100% sure on that fact. But anyway, over to this island here, where he has since popped his smoke screen and gotten a few fires in the meantime. And this is one of those games where, even if a lot of the people in this comment section were in it, potentially would not have gotten the same results. However, this is a perfect combination of events. Not only are there, 3-4 battleships on this side, he has a good bit of spotting as well. On top of that, he is getting the RNG of Jesus himself. With that salvo there, that is his 5th fire, and he's, as we already mentioned, connected a torpedo there, 6th as I'm speaking. So yeah, this game is definitely already going his way. Now, I'm going to be honest, for the next 5 or so minutes, this is basically all he does, racks up a ton of damage, utilizing island cover and, of course, the smoke screen that the Brisbane has access to, and give his team some advantages in terms of damage, DPM, and ships sunk. However, his team does the exact opposite of that, and this game is pretty close midway through, and it actually comes down to the wire here. So make sure you guys stay until the end, of course, if you want to see the blistering 400k that Talha puts up here. If you guys have followed me for any amount of time, you know that it is these types of games that end up in the potential XP and damage records. When you have a fantastic start as he has, he is already well within 100k, and he's just getting started. As you can see, I believe a few torpedoes are going to connect on that Republique there. He has also gotten another 2 fires, and there is a 4-minute witherer in the Brisbane here, and he is not done. He is just getting started. But as we were saying, like I said, if you guys have followed me for any amount of time, you know that it is these types of games where you look up and you're like, wow, I've done so much, and your team has just folded. I'm not sure if these people drive cars, but this, it worries me. And sometimes when you see the accident videos on Instagram or Facebook, you're like, oh, those are my teammates in World of Warships Legends. So, but as you can see here, despite him getting 160k, a 4.5-minute high caliber there, just keep that in mind, because that is approximately 30% of the overall damage that is available on the red team. About 160, 170k, we'll call it. So just keep that in mind towards the end of the game. But once again, it's just these types of games that keep you coming back to Legends. The games where you look up and you have basically 200k in 5 minutes there, and your team is still down on points. They are tied on ships, of course, because Tala's gotten 2 kills and 200k, but again, the enemy on the opposite side either had tremendous teamwork or there was another absolute unit of a player over there as well. I would like to give a huge shout out to his positioning here. Despite him getting detected right there by that Shima, he has managed to stay dark and position himself masterfully behind this island. On top of that, he actually managed to catch the Shima on fire, and basically everything is going Talha's way here. He cannot be stopped. A few ships have shot at him, but he has positioned himself beautifully. But despite his best efforts and 230k, his team is still throwing this game. It is amazing to me sometimes the amount of effort that you will put in and your team is just like, well, I don't know what's going on. Well, I just like staring at my battleship sail across the way. Or better yet, you get the American battleship player. It's like, well, brother, I like to stick my nose into the thick of it and I like to get my health pool involved. And it's like, dude, you died in 2 minutes and you did 30k damage. Okay, let's settle down, tough guy. Those are my favorite type of people. It's like anything that is American battleships is great, and anything else in this game, it's like, well, you're a coward or you're a pansy. Come out and fight me like a man. And that is coming from someone who absolutely adores American battleships. I love the USS Ohio. The best ship, the best legendary tier battleship, and the best state in the game. Go Buckeyes. 4 first-round draft picks in tonight's draft here. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and move on from insulting half of my viewers here and finish up this fantastic game from Tala here. Now, I'm going to be quite honest, I don't absolutely love him staying idle here. He could have potentially gotten the cap a little bit sooner, but as it turns out, he had another battleship come over and spot this Yamato for him, and he is now free to damage farm once again. And it just seems like he is getting that is 20 fires in 8 minutes there. That is just absolutely insane. But again, a beautiful display of excellent cruiser skills here. He has switched to the AP, and he is now raining down a few salvos there on the superstructure of this Yamato. Like we mentioned, I think it was just in the Hindenburg video there, as soon as you have 1 or 2 permanent fires, switch on over to the AP, or in this case, let that fire burn, switch to the AP, and when they put it out, you fire a few more salvos of HE. And yeah, with his legendary reload mod maxed, he is just pumping out these shells. A Minotaur class cruiser with HE is notably disgusting. And if I was the enemy team here, I would make sure I throw a few salvos his direction. And they do. Unfortunately, only 1 shell clears there. And of course, it looks like it landed short. You gotta love the classic wargaming. Shells don't fall short in this game. Now, of course, that is typically copium from the community, as there is the aiming ellipse in this game, which is basically an oval in which your shells can fall, and grouping and or sigma is the chance that the shells go in the center of where you aimed. But with that kill in 9 minutes there, that is the Kraken Unleashed, and 313,000 damage. If this game were to end right now, this would be an insane banger of a game. But we're just getting started, because as you can see, his team is down 3 caps to none, and they are tied on ships. He has basically done the work of an entire team himself, and as you can see, there's still more work to do. This Hudon Lu is dropping torpedo planes here, and that is only going to add to his XP total, and I want you to pay attention to that XP total at the end of this game here. But there are some torpedoes feeding through the channel, and you actually look up and there is the Shimakaze. He got himself spotted, and now you're thinking, holy shit, this game might be winnable if they can get the kill on this Shima, despite their friendly destroyer doing essentially nothing there on the opposite flank. This game could be a victory. And that is unfortunately when Tala decides to not shoot. If I had one critique, and again, this is sometimes what really bugs me as a YouTuber or a content creator. I'll post a game like this and someone in the comments will be like, well, he should have clearly kept shooting at the Shimakaze. That would have, of course, led to the victory. When he's sitting here doing 95% of the lifting for his team. So, yeah, Tala, a great game nonetheless. Could have potentially thrown one more shot there, but again, it's a team-based game. His team, I have no idea what they're doing. But, unfortunately here, the Hunan Lu is overmatching the bow of his Brisbane here and giving him a lot to think about. So he pops his smoke, he pops his sonar, and he does do a little bit of damage to this Hunan, but he has taken over half of his health, and even with his heals available to him, he's not going to win this fight straight up. Now, of course, this Ohio is out here and still burning, so he is still taking damage, but they also have to be wary of that Shimakaze as well. And again, at this point, he is doing it all. He's shooting at the Hunan, he's taking attracted damage, he's trying to get shots on that Shima, he has an assist in cap, and for those worrying or wondering about XP, XP is given based on your merit of like the different things you do. For example, in this game, he's done a ton of damage, he's got a ton of kills, he has torpedoed, he shot down planes. If he would have potentially shot down, 10 or so more planes, I don't even want to know what this XP total has been. It could have potentially been the highest in any game that I have ever been given. Something else to note is that Yamato was hiding in the smoke screen for a little bit. I wish he would have got out and tried to spot or attempted to spot. However, it's really not going to matter. As long as that Shimakaze can survive, the Reds will win this one on points. As you can see, they are up by over 300 points with 3 caps left to go. But with the kill on that Ohio there, that is now 6 kills, and we're still going here. Now, of course, the Hunan is a very strong, tanky ship with access to those airstrikes, and that Shimakaze is to the right there. But if he can manage to do something here, there's still a chance. There's still potential. He's got a fire on that Hunan. The Hunan is angling up, though. He switched to the AP smartly and throwing it at the upper belt. That, of course, is when the Hunan has started backing up. He turns in to avoid the airstrikes. Unfortunately, though, he does manage to take another Citadel through the bow, and that is, of course, the weakness of this ship. I see people, complaining and talking about like, oh, well, HE island spammers. Well, if you simply shoot the ship, such as that Hunan does right here, you can easily destroy it. Don't allow yourself to be farmed, and these ships are not invincible. Unfortunately, though, Tahala does go down. We're going to call him Tahala from here on out. He does have a fire burning on that Hunan, but as you guys will see here momentarily, he unfortunately does not get the victory. But there is the final damage total, 401,122. What did we say the high caliber was? 160? 170 maybe? He basically did 2/3, if not 3/4 of the total damage available in this lobby. As you can see, I don't know if this is stick drift or him going crazy or showing what it feels like as you bleed out here in the abyss while your team ends up losing this game. A huge shout out to the enemy Shima, who is actually in the cap there. And if we're going back, in hindsight is 2020, one more salvo on that Shima, and this could have been the gnarliest XP total in World of Warships Legends. Here is the post-battle screen, which indicates 1 less damage, I believe. I'm not sure why it does that, but anyway, that is the post-damage battle screen. And here is one of the craziest defeat XP total screens you will ever see. 3484 on a loss. And if you guys know anything about the win multiplier, this would have been 5,226. An absolute insane game here. A huge shout out to Tahala. It's definitely Tahala. Everyone go to his YouTube channel and say Tahala. But yeah, a huge shout out to Tahala here for giving me this game. And yeah, go over and show his channel some love. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I've been so busy and just uninterested in the game. I'm sorry for not doing these Friday features. I know you guys really enjoy them, and they're honestly just a great, video and an easy video for my channel. So I'm going to try and keep them up. But yeah, that's it for this one. I love you guys. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. I'll be on tomorrow night, on Friday night, for a stream. So love you guys. I'm out. Peace.